As we age, relationships evolve in ways we might not expect. The love that once felt vibrant and effortless can sometimes fade into something quieter, more distant. For many women, after decades of marriage, there comes a moment when they feel disconnected from their husbands. Not because they've stopped caring, but because something fundamental has shifted. What causes a woman who once adored her partner to slowly withdraw, to lose that spark, to feel indifferent? It's a reality many couples face, but few openly discuss. The slow erosion of affection, the subtle changes in behavior, the quiet frustrations that build over time, these don't happen overnight. They're the result of years of unmet needs, unspoken words, and overlooked moments. This isn't just about falling out of love. It's about realizing what love should feel like and recognizing when it's missing. Today, we're diving into the reasons why women, especially as they enter their senior years, start feeling differently about their husbands. And, more importantly, what can be done to reconnect before it's too late. Whether you're a husband, a wife, or someone curious about long-term relationships, stay with me. This video could change the way you see love, aging, and marriage forever. 1. The weight of emotional labor. For decades, many women take on the role of emotional caretaker in their marriages. They're the ones remembering birthdays, planning family gatherings, scheduling doctor appointments, and keeping the household running smoothly. They manage the emotional needs of the family, checking in on kids, grandkids, and even their spouse's feelings. But as women age, the toll of this invisible work becomes heavier. They start to feel like they're carrying the marriage on their shoulders while their husbands simply exist within it. The harsh truth? Many men don't even realize this is happening. Over time, this imbalance breeds resentment, and a woman may withdraw, not out of anger, but out of exhaustion. 2. The loss of meaningful communication. In the early years of marriage, conversations are full of curiosity and connection. How was your day? What are you dreaming about? What's on your mind? But as time passes, many husbands stop engaging in these deep, meaningful exchanges. Conversations become routine, about bills, groceries, or schedules. Or worse, they fade entirely. Women crave emotional intimacy just as much as companionship. Without it, they start to feel unseen, unheard, and unappreciated. For a woman in her later years, this lack of connection can feel like a slow drift away from the person she once felt closest to. 3. The never-ending burden of housework. Even in modern times, studies show women often shoulder the majority of household chores, even after retirement. For many elder women, the expectation to keep the home tidy, cook meals, and manage daily tasks doesn't end when the kids move out or careers wind down. Small annoyances, like dishes left in the sink or laundry not put away, build into deep resentment over time. A woman might ask herself, why am I still doing everything? This frustration isn't just about chores. It's about feeling like her time and energy aren't valued. When the division of labor feels unfair, it chips away at the partnership. 4. Outgrowing the relationship. As women age, many embrace personal growth. They want to explore new hobbies, travel, volunteer, or learn something new, whether it's painting, gardening, or joining a book club. But if their husband remains stagnant, content with the status quo, an emotional gap forms. A woman might feel like she's evolving while her partner is stuck in old routines. This disconnect can make her feel like she's outgrowing the marriage itself. For USA elders, this is especially relevant as retirement opens new opportunities for growth, but only if both partners are willing to evolve together. The loss of physical and emotional intimacy. Intimacy isn't just about physical closeness. It's about feeling desired, understood, and emotionally connected. Over time, many couples lose this spark. For a woman, this loss can feel like a sign that love itself is fading. If she no longer feels seen or desired by her husband, if the small gestures like a touch on the shoulder or a heartfelt compliment disappear, she may start to emotionally detach. In later years, maintaining intimacy requires effort, but it's a cornerstone of keeping love alive. 6. Retirement's unexpected challenges. Retirement is often sold as the golden chapter of life, a time to relax, travel, and enjoy each other's company. But for many couples, it becomes a source of tension. Suddenly, you're spending nearly all your time together, and if you're not prepared, it can feel overwhelming. Many men struggle to adjust to retirement, going from structured workdays to unstructured time with no clear plan. Some expect their wives to become their entertainment committee, relying on them to fill their days. For a woman who spent her life managing responsibilities, this can feel suffocating. Instead of the freedom she dreamed of, she might feel trapped in a new set of expectations. 7. Feeling invisible and unheard. One of the most painful experiences in a long-term marriage isn't arguing, it's feeling invisible. After years of being the emotional backbone of the family, many women reach a point where they feel their voices no longer matter. They share their concerns, express their feelings, or try to spark meaningful conversations, but their husbands don't truly listen. A wife doesn't need grand gestures. She needs to feel heard. She needs to know her thoughts, opinions, and emotions still matter to the person she shared her life with. When that stops, emotional withdrawal follows, and once it starts, it's hard to reverse. 8. Financial stress in retirement. For many USA elders, retirement brings financial changes that can strain a marriage. Fixed incomes, unexpected medical costs, or differing priorities about spending can create tension. If a woman feels her husband isn't planning responsibly or disregards her input on financial decisions, it can lead to frustration. Money disagreements aren't just about numbers. They're about trust and shared goals. When these conversations are ignored, it can deepen the emotional distance. 9. Realizing life is short. As we age, we become more aware of life's fragility. Losing friends, attending funerals, or facing health challenges makes time feel precious. For many women, this realization prompts deep reflection about their marriage. They ask themselves, am I happy? Do I feel loved? Is this how I want to spend my remaining years? If the answers don't satisfy her, she may withdraw, not out of anger, but out of self-preservation. Many women reach a point where they no longer want to nag or beg for attention. Instead, they focus on their own well-being, and if their husband doesn't meet them halfway, they quietly detach. 10. The loss of shared purpose. In the early years, couples often share common goals, raising kids, building a career, or buying a home. But in later years, those goals may fade, and if a couple doesn't find new ones, they can drift apart. For example, a woman might want to volunteer at a local charity or spend time with grandchildren, while her husband might prefer staying home. Without a shared purpose, whether it's a hobby, a cause, or a new adventure, the marriage can feel like it's lost its direction. What can be done? The good news is that love doesn't have to fade with age. It can be reignited with effort and intention. If you're a husband watching this, ask yourself, when was the last time you truly listened to your wife? Not just nodded along, but really heard her. When did you last show appreciation for her? Not just as a partner, but as a person with her own dreams and needs? Small gestures like helping with chores, planning a date night, or asking about her day can make a big difference. If you're a wife feeling disconnected, consider opening up to your husband about how you feel. It's not easy, but honest communication can be the first step toward rebuilding. Suggest doing something new together, maybe a dance class, a weekend getaway, or even volunteering at a local senior center. For USA elders, there are countless community programs, like those offered through AARP or local recreation centers, that can help couples reconnect. Marriage in later years isn't about grand romantic gestures. It's about presence, understanding, and respect. Love fades not because of age, but because we stop nurturing it. The small, unnoticed moments where a woman feels unheard, unvalued, or alone are what erode a marriage. But those same moments, when filled with care and attention, can rebuild it. A call to action. If you're in a long-term marriage, take a moment today to reflect. Husbands, surprise your wife with a heartfelt thank you for all she does. Wives, share one thing you'd love to do together as a couple. And if you're single or in a newer relationship, these lessons apply to you too. Building a strong foundation now can prevent distance later. Love is a choice, and it's never too late to choose it.